Welcome everybody. We are back. Almost the entire complement today, which is very nice. Some of us were somehow engaged Saturday, and I need to apologize to Orlando Pirates because we didn't do their show for the Sunday game, which is a bit unfair because we don't want to support anyone. We want to support everybody, all right? As long as it's football. So we'll start with Pirates this morning. Then after starting with Pirates, then we're still going to talk Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns. Remember, like Saddam Maake, nearly funeral, we are not prepared a tombstone. So we are going to talk about the tombstone. And now the other thing is we are going to start talking about Hugo Broos. He has just issued a statement. So if you give me your views, what's your take about what he said? As people out there, remember football, it's a game of opinion. We all have opinion and we can have an opinion. Now, the show is called TBR SSF Show, which simply means the Big R Solution Sports Forum. It is myself, the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe. I'm joined by Saddam Maake. Saddam, kindly greet the viewers.
Morning, everyone. Thabo, Thabinho, and you, comrade. Happy Tuesday to everyone.
And then Tabiji, let's welcome you, Pagania. That would be nice to welcome you.
Morning to the viewers, Saddam, Tepang, my colleagues, and everybody who will be watching the show. It's an honor and a privilege to be on this show.
Last born, happy to see you. All right, I know that sometimes you are busy with your work and so on. I'm struggling to get shakes, but nevertheless, next time, Mushito Twelapete, the beat goes on. We can't stop. We must just move on like a moving train. Now, let's start here. Guys, I was talking about Hugo Broos. It was a press conference yesterday. He went straight to something that dissatisfies him. And he was blunt. He repeated what he said as far as Kaizer Chiefs players are concerned. But when he started, he said, I've got super sport players flanking me. So I don't want people to insinuate that I'm supporting Super Sport United. In fact, the way he talked, it was like calling the journalist to order to say, never insinuate, quote me directly. All right. Then he went further to say, I work to Funzeki. After our games, I'm going to see him, we sit down and talk. He said, well, I understand he's a Chiefs coach and he doesn't see his players there. But when I listen to Ntseki never, I don't know, maybe I'd missed that one. Ntseki was not complaining. And hence, I like what Ntseki said. Ntseki said, I was there as the coach, as an assistant coach. And then being there, a coach select according to the plan of the game and how he wants to deliver it. Then he went further to say, I'm a Chiefs coach. It's not appropriate for me to talk about Bafana Bafana. We should give Hugo Broos an opportunity to select the way he selects. For me, that was a very positive, unless there was a publication that captured it for their own way. And I'm not saying the publication have done that, but I'm one person. I'm worried about when people are journalists, come with their own agenda. All right? That is why I encourage people here to declare who are they supporting. Don't purport to be a journalist, but you want to push to punt your teams. Questions must be genuine, and let's get answers. Now, after being answered, let's talk what has been said. That's my opinion. Guys, I always say I may be wrong. I'm an individual in the number of millions. So I want to hear your voice. Let me start with you, Thabinho. I don't know what's your take.
Yeah, look, first and foremost, Saubrey, if you want people to like you, don't be a leader. Go and sell ice cream. The problem is Hugo Broos is occupying, a very important position in the country. And if you try to satisfy everyone, you'll end up not satisfying anyone. His statements were reckless and irresponsible. You don't mention teams from, players from a certain team, that they are not ready for Bafana. That on its own is actually going to demoralize and to motivate players. On the other hand, it will act as a motivation because I was actually watching at how Modi and Botswana play. For me, that statement didn't affect them, but I don't agree with how he handles his press conferences. He needs to be very cautious. These boys are still young. Some of them, the statements can cause a huge damage in their careers. It's like when you always tell your child useless. That child will end up being useless because that's going to stuck in their mind. So I feel good statement Sake was reckless and irresponsible.
Now let me come in there. Let me come in there. To be fair to him, he was asked. The journalist is the one who started. To say where are Chiefs players? That's what I picked up. The journalist asked specifically where are Chiefs players.
But you should have found a way.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But I'm saying journalists too, they must be responsible. Why are you isolating? Why are isolating Chiefs out of all teams? Well, that's my opinion. All right, we need to be responsible.
To have Richards Bay players with national team? Do we have Polokwane City players with national team? Why specifically? Yeah, why specifically choose Kaizer Chiefs? Yes, I know it's a big brand, it's a big team.
Yes.
But we need to understand as well that, Kaizer Chiefs throughout the years, Saddam can attest to that. They've been going through a building phase. So you don't have to put pressure on them. You can't take Botswana and Modi and put them in the same level as Mo Saleh. Saleh has made a name himself. He's well established. He's settled at Orlando Pirates. These ones are still trying to find themselves. Botswana is a good player. For me, I used to love Botswana when he was still playing for Bloemfontein Celtic. But Botswana never gave me the same performance when he got to Royal AN. Now he's back at Chiefs. Now I'm seeing the same Botswana that I fell in love with at Celtic. So I think, our journalists need to keep track of players. They need to, follow our football. We don't select players because they play for Kaizer Chiefs. We select players based on their performance.
But it's a general trend. You see it all over. But let me allow Saddam to speak about that. Saddam, speak about it. I'm not saying, Thabo, you're right. Sometimes emotional intelligence is important. You need to continue to be calm. Well, sometimes I've seen Hugo can be emotional. Remember, at some point, didn't want to come to the press conference because he was angry. So that's not leadership, as far as I'm concerned. But come on, Saddam, come in. Let me hear. I see Sepang has disappeared. I want Sepang's opinion here. Saddam?
Yeah, I think that I'm not going to be commenting about the selection of Chiefs and coach. Please just forgive me because I'm going to do allocation for the technique. But I'm going to play against Namibia on Saturday. I'm preparing as a president of supporters. I'm preparing the ticket. I'm preparing supporters to go there, transporting everything. I can't talk about the selection, please. We can
All right. No, that's fine. Well and good. Let's move on, guys. I would have loved to hear what Sepang says. Look, even journalists, they are humans. They make mistakes. So we need to forgive them. And let me tell you, it doesn't happen only here. It happens even overseas. I'm watching what is happening in the US. Sometimes I feel it's unfair. They ask a coach in the MLS, they ask the players. The first thing that they ask them, Messi all the time. What about these other players? You see, it's journalists punting, that's me, I'm really wrong, punting their own ideas. And sometimes you see the opponent players laugh because they're supposed to talk about their game. And then now they're always being asked, Messi, how do you feel playing against Messi? We know it's great, he's the greatest, you know? But it can be week in, week out, week in, week out. Everybody who comes in there and then, that's me. But maybe it's an excitement, a Messi euphoria, so there's no problem. Pirates and Stellies. Guys, Lepasa, the young man is on fire. I don't know you, what's your take? I must be honest and confess that me, to be honest, I was not in favor of Lepasa. I always wanted to see what is it that they're talking about, especially when he was at Supersport. You see, but I'm so excited about him having come back. Ever the season started, he is now at double digit. And how long have we ever have a South African player to be at double digit at this early time of the season? Because we're always dominated by Besumba, Chris Katango, Shaolil, and all that. I don't know. Let me start with you, Thabinho. This is your player. What do you want to say?
When I met
you can
the
start with your
boy,
game first. Analyze your game first before we come to Lepasa. Just wanted to focus on Lepasa. I'm impressed as an individual. I want to hear what you're saying.
Look, I was on the road. I didn't watch the game, but I saw the highlights. Nevertheless, as a Buccaneer, I have always been confident that, we'll come out victorious in Cape Town. If you look at, the WhatsApp group, I posted a message on Friday to say Pirates is going to win the game, and then you can screenshot the message. And they didn't screenshot the message. So yesterday when I asked them to say, who's got the message? No one had the message. But fortunately, I had screenshot the message to say, we are going to win the game. Look, Pirates is playing beautiful football, but Saubrey, let's be honest. They're scoring goals, and and Lepasa, something else. His career just, was just revived in 2 minutes. I don't know what happened. I don't know what Jose Riviera said to the boy, but he's on fire. He's a predator. This is one player you need to take care of, 90 minutes plus. You don't have to lose focus. Back in the days, Ryder would mark AC Mnini, but Umena, abo Peacocks. So Lepasa is one of those players with Noma Fasi Cox, you stand next to him. You always have to know where he is. Okay. So for me, he's doing well, and I'm happy because I was a bit worried. Remember what I said to you as well, Uguti, excellent one started well and he just disappeared. Lepasa was leading that way. But I think Ilonia to Super Sport was an eye-opener. It gave him time to, to reflect and to self-introspect. Do I really want to play for this team? Remember, he was developed by Upaloshians, big people. A big congratulations to Prof. Palacios. He has done a good job on the ball.
No, Palacios is great. You may want to say it. You know, Palacios is like Farouk Khan. Farouk Khan is doing well.
Farouk is doing well. I was watching Lomfana Nova to Tsekofatso Nyama from Cape Town City, Umaswangani at Orlando Pirates. Those are, some of the products that come from Star Academy. I think that's what the development is called, the Star Academy. So, Prof. Palacios have done well. I mean, look at Lyle Foster. Lyle Foster is a product of Palacios. You look at Thabiso Monyane. I don't want to go back to Abu Nchanyana. What's this called? Lebohamokwena, the Makanyans. But Palacios is very good when it comes to development. But going back to Lepasa, I think Saubrey, he needs to be consistent. I know it's difficult. There's expectations, there's pressure on him to continue, where he left off. But this is football. One game you're out, one game you're on top of your game. But so far, I'm happy with his performance.
Right, Saddam, what's your take? What's your take? Let's move on, and then and tell me what's your take. And now, Saddam, while they're still there, tell me about Lepasa, what's happening? How did you see the Stelis game? And then and Pirates. It looks like, for me, it may end up being Chiefs Pirates final. That's for me, but don't rule out Sundowns. Never, at your own peril. But it looks like it's getting there. So let me hear what you say.
Yeah, can you hear me on that side?
Very well, very well.
Yeah, as you know, I cannot congratulate Lepasa what he's doing at Pirates. I will do that on Saturday when I support him 100% when he plays. He's doing well, it's good position, he can position himself, but that must be happen on Saturday when we play again Namibia, where we're going to get...
Swing, come on. We are talking ball. Likely the noisy neighbor on the other side of the Jaske River. But we are talking volume. Just talk about him.
Just spoke about Putan.
It's going to be the same because Tillman really speak about him. I think Thabiso make mouthful to talk about him. So I can't
All right. Okay, Lepasa. Let's move on to your game. Harry gaming with Sundowns. How did you see it? And then what's your take? Maybe we need to jump to that one quickly. How do you take game how the Sundowns?
Yeah, our game was okay, and then whatever the mistake that was done, of course, in the soccer, mistake is always there. I remember when I told you before the game, I said it's going to be a funeral. So meaning they postponed the funeral to be on the 23rd with the same time Topstone on next week 23rd. So now we score goals without playing well. We didn't play well. Sundown was all over to us, but we get a chance to go. A nice goal from Castero. And then we made them. We got 90 minutes. They put 6 minutes. They score, equalize. But I think the show must go on. We still get a chance to do the same. When you go to on the 26th, I'm telling you and I promise you, I think it's going to sit down and see why we made a mistake, because you can see that ball when they score. And then because the goalkeeper was out of the line, he saw the ball is gone and the ball come back. And then when the score was scored by Mdau, it was ball watching because everybody was relaxing. But at the end of the day, we're going to sit down, go to the drawing board and make sure we bounce back. But I'm still ever say my dream and my wishes is to see Pirates and Chiefs at the final on the 7th of October at Durban. That is my wish, and I'm still saying I put my head on the block. Pirates and Chiefs final is going to be a marvelous derby on the day.
But remember, Sundowns will not be a spectator, and they have 1 goal advantage already. What's your take about this Colombian guy?
Yeah, no, it's too early to judge him, but what I like is his shield. He got a body good. When he's got a ball, you can't take it away. And then he's tall, he needs long balls, he can do something. But I can't say anything now because to see him on the practice, to see him on the field for that few minutes, we can't just make 100%. I can tell you maybe after we play against, because we're going to play against Royal AM, maybe he's going to get a full time. But now I can't say so much. But he's a good one, got a good height, he can do something, he shield, he can good passer. But end of the day, we have to support him.
Now, Thabinho, how did you see Pirates and Sundowns? Your analysis.
Look, one way to describe, Sundowns' performance, character. Scoring that referee's optional time when everybody's preparing to go home, it's a sign of, character. They never lost hope. They never gave up. They always knew they're going to make it. And I think for Kaizer Chiefs, it was a lapse of concentration. And that's when it matters most. And I think this is more or less the same time that Pirates punished Stelly. That time you need to stay focused. Reference optional time is one of those dangerous, times of the game. They remind me of Orlando Pirates, Ruth Kron. They had that character. They never lost hope. They would push you until the last minute. So I think what Nseki needs to do is he needs to motivate these players to stay focused. You don't lose focus when you play against teams like Sundowns. Vying for a draw, yes, you can do those tactics. But, against teams like Sundowns, you need to concentrate until the last minute. So, yeah, for me, big up to Sundowns. They had the hunger. They wanted it all. And to Kaizer Chiefs, I'm saying there's still another 90 minutes. But like you said, Saubrey, Sundowns is not going to sit back and watch Kaizer Chiefs play. It's going to be a humdinger. I'm looking forward to that game. That's going to be one of the most beautiful and fearful encounters that we will see in a very long time.
What's your wish, Saddam has said he wished to meet Pirates. What's your wish?
Me, honestly, Saubrey, Sundowns has always punished me. So it Chiefs 3 points, champions. But the Pirates win it when it matters most against Chiefs. I mean, we've seen that in 2020 MTN8, we beat them in 2 legs, 3-0 and 2-0. And then Nedbank Cup, we beat them 2-1. So Pirates win it when it matters most. That's in cup games. So my wish would be easy meet Kaizer Chiefs. I need Kaizer Chiefs. That's easy meet. Then if I get Kaizer Chiefs, then I'm crown champion. But if I want to meet Sundowns, no. Then see me at Ropa because I know they always give me a hard time. And then
Saddam, I want you to respond to what he said. Let me tell you what I saw. Chiefs has improved. I don't know, that's me. Remember, I also have an opinion. Like all other millions, we have an opinion. Chiefs has improved. You know that Castillo guy? That guy is good, damn good. I see Chiefs. You know what I enjoyed most? Sundowns was all over Chiefs. But Chiefs was soaking that pressure. And they scored on a counter. As you have been saying, Thabinho, that's a sign of a champion. You are under pressure, you soak the pressure, but calm, where it matters most, you hit. For me, I was impressed. But towards the end, that's me. I don't know. Remember, it's a process. You'll make mistake correct. You'll make mistake correct. Me, what I saw, Nseki wanted to put more defenders to defend that one. That's where the mistake was. instead of continuing to put pressure. So that is why they were caught with that last minute. That's my opinion, Saddam. What's your take? That's how I saw it. What's your take, Saddam?
Yeah, I think that we learn, and what I saw is everybody was standing up to leave. So even on the bench, everyone was standing up, and then it was a shocking minute, but we relaxed more than Sundown because we thought it's going to be end of the game. But it happened. Sundown that score goals. And then we can't talk about mistakes because people are complaining about the Santi, the one who do that and what. No, we don't have to point the finger to anybody. Even the goalkeeper, he saw the ball was gone. That's why he moved a bit on the post. So that one, I think we're going to fix it on the next game. But the very important is Chiefs play well. We're happy the way they play. They were under pressure. Whatever the ball on target and whatever. Special one is the one that we score against Sunday.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Look, I hear what you're saying. We don't dwell on mistakes, but mistakes are good to look and reflect and learn from them. That's it. And the way I've studied in Tseki, he's a student. He learns. And I'm sure he has learned. That's me. Thabinho, in your parting shot, what do you want to say?
Probably, I think MTN8 have give us you know, a little bit something to think about, and it also shows us that, you know, our standard is going back to where we want it to be as a football. I mean, the MTN8, you look at those two semifinals and you look at the first games of the league. I'm quite impressed with the performance of everyone, including our Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch is just, you know, I call them Mama Minos, but you know, they give us, you know, difficult time. Chiefs won against them, but still, you know, performed very well. So the parting shot, I would say, Saddam, when we easy media, maybe Sundowns, then I'll finish you off with my final.
Saddam, ne re buile ka funeral, ebile funeral ya mang? Shakes we say, be careful. We say, be careful, Oscar, to a wrong funeral.
Yeah, no, what I say is no, what postponing the funeral, but funeral is about 23 because they want to do funeral and tombstone same time. That's why they postpone because of low shading.
All right. By postpone to next week, funeral and tombstone. I'm sure, I hope Shega was here. I hope Shega was here. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Let's deal with this one only. Doing two of them, we'll talk about that later, because I'm looking at the time. We've already taken too much time on this one. Guys, thank you very much. I really appreciate Saddam. As always, you're always there whenever I need you. I appreciate that. And then I'll keep on telling you what you're doing. Give me pictures. I really appreciate. Thabinho, I'm happy. Your presence, you giving us a Paris perspective is very important. All right. I can love to have as much Sundowns. Well, Mshega's got the responsibility of taking his son to school, all that in the morning. So sometimes I do understand. Okay. So, but thank you very much, guys. And then kindly bid the viewers farewell.
Thabinho? Goodbye to the viewers and thanks for watching. We're looking forward to the next show.
Saddam, akuba ubuze ka funeral in the tombstone.
Yeah, and I still remind them that funeral was postponed to 23 September at Tshwane. It's going to be a funeral and the tombstone same time, and then after tears. So everybody must know that we are going to have a PIN number to go to final on the 7th on October. We don't mind because I think Thabiso doesn't want to tell true. Don't say Sundown or cheap. You must go straight to the point. I said We want Pirates on the final. We'll fight to make sure Derby is going to Durban together. Derby Day, Derby FIFA is going to be a lovely one. Forget about Sundown scoring league, 6 goals, whatever. Come to me, and then we'll be having a party after the game because we are neighbors. Don't go dag and dive, I need you on the
Not
final.
only neighbors, family as well, not neighbors. Remember, the Khosas are married to the Mitaus. So we are not only neighbors, we are also family.
Oh, okay, so say look party because of that, I don't know about Okay, guys, let me do this. Thank you so much again. And then we'll meet again on Saturday. I know Tabiki, you Saturday. Thabinho, you are not available Tuesday. And then, but thank you very much. I wish all the best to any team. I support all teams. And then I'll try to point out where I see is wrong and then view my views. That's all. Whether you hate me for that, that's your own choice. I cannot force people.
Comrade, I forget something.
Yeah.
And I said something, comrade.
Say it. You know, I'll always give you a chance.
Yeah, I just want to say to our people from the group, the TBR group, I'm going to have a ticket for Bafana. Please, maybe somebody want them, then they can just shout it to me. I'll keep the ticket for them. Orlando Stadium, 9 September. I'm going to free tickets. I can give it to them. We can talk on the group. I just want to remind them they must be ready.
Yeah, let them get them. Let me tell you, after Sunday, because so normally I don't watch. When I opened up my phone, there was 600 and something messages. You guys are doing well in that group. But guys, I'm calling you, please come to the Facebook page of the group. It's only Thabinho. Thabinho is very consistent. It's only Saddam, I want to there. And then I don't know whether should they accept it. I don't know how do they do it. I'll speak to Thabinho there. You go to that group. I want the comments also there because Facebook is bigger. Thank you very much. Big up, guys, and good luck to the next game. Okay.
Thank you, Professor.